Hey everybody, this is Peter B, and welcome to another edition of Tobacco Card Tuesday. First card we're going to look at is the 1912 T207. They are called the brown backgrounds, and the player is George Chalmers. I'm not really sure, but that's how it's spelled. And that's the card. He was a pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. And the back of T207s has a little bio. And then the name of the brand of cigarette. Recruit Little Cigars is the most popular brand T207s were in. So let's find out a little bit about George. I'm going to call it Chalmers. I don't know if that's correct, but Chalmers, who was born in Scotland, came to the U.S. as a boy and quickly learned how to play baseball in the New York sandlots. He became very good, especially at pitching. After being a star in semi-pro league, he was signed by the Scranton Miners of the New York State League. By July 1910, he was the league's leading pitcher, and the Philadelphia Phillies noticed and purchased his contract. He did play for the Phillies in late September, getting into 4 games, a little cup of coffee. And in those 4 games, he had a 1-1 record. Spring training in 1911, there was excitement in the Phillies camp as they had 2 highly regarded rookies, George Chalmers and fellow rookie Grover Alexander. That year, Alexander would become the ace of the staff, going 28-13. Chalmers had a good start, but then struggled midway through and ended with a 13-10 record. Every year, he seemed to have arm troubles. He played for the Phillies from 1910 to 1916, and his total performance for those years was 29-41, so not very good after being a rookie phenom. He did get to start Game 4 of the 1915 World Series and pitched very well, but the weak-hitting Phillies team lost the game to the Red Sox 2-1. After 1916, he spent time in the minors, but could never really get a hold because of his sore arm. Unfortunately, George Chalmers never lived up to his phenom status. He does have some records, though. He is one of 7 Scottish-born players, and he is the first European-born player to start a World Series game. So that's Chalmers' claim to fame. No one could take away from him. Okay, the next card I want to show you is from 1931. And I'll show you the name. J.A. Petterio. It's an English tobacco card. It's from the Sports Trophy Series. And it's the America's Yachting Cup. So the America's Cup. New York Yacht Club, after defeating England in the very first America's Cup, held on to it until 1984. 86, somewhere around there, when Australia beat the New York club, or the Americans, for the very first time. And it still is the cup that is given out for the America's Cup, which normally runs every 4 years. Now, the second card is not a tobacco card, but in that time period, and it's a 1915 Cracker Jack card of Joe Birmingham of the Cleveland Americans. They were called the Cleveland Naps at this time. Nice card. Now, Cracker Jack produced a series in 1914, and they reproduced it with a minor exception, is that they changed Christy Mathewson card for some reason, and they added, I think, like 20 cards to the end of the set. And from the front, there's no way of telling the difference. But the easy way to tell a 1914 and a 1915 is you just flip it. And if you're looking upside down, it's a 1915. 1914, if you flipped it like I did, it would be right side up. Oh, Cracker Jack 1915 of Joe Birmingham. In 1904, Birmingham entered Cornell University to study veterinarian medicine and play football for Coach Glenn Pop Warner. He did very well his freshman year playing halfback and punter, but he left school after the season. Playing minor league baseball in 1905, the Cleveland Naps saw him and signed him. He was a very good defensive outfielder with a very strong and accurate arm, but he didn't hit as well as he fielded, and he was always getting hurt. After the Naps manager quit in September 1912, Birmingham was appointed player manager. After breaking his foot in 1913, he spent more time managing than playing. He was fired by Cleveland after 1915. He then became player manager on various minor league teams and finished his baseball career in 1920. So his 9-year playing career with the Cleveland Naps, his batting average was .253, so a mediocre hitter. But in 1911, he did hit .304, so he had a good year in 1911. And the last card is actually a set of cards. I'm not sure the exact date, but I believe these were issued in the early 1930s, before World War II. And it's from the company Liebig. These are trade cards, and Liebig issued trade cards from 1870 to 1975, and they issued almost 2,000 different sets, normally 6 cards to a set, of these trade cards. So they issued a lot of different trade cards, and they were in many different languages. So this is the Turtle series, and I don't know the language. I don't know if it's French or not. So this is one of their almost 2,000 series, and I do have the whole series. So there's the first card. I guess that was the third card, and this is the sixth card. I didn't know they were numbered till just now. All have the back. And this is card number 4. And card number 5. And card number 2. So this must be card number 1. Done in the lithographic process. Very beautiful. Many different subjects, no sports, but places, animals, religion, food, vegetation, a lot of natural history stuff, like these turtles. So that's it. I hope everyone has a great day and have a great Tobacco Card Tuesday. Thank you.